that we tell you our trip reveal, and we will do in this vlog a little bit later on. So we are going on another trip.
Let's have a look at your case. So that's 4 days.
Right, we're back at the beautiful apartment, and we've had our haircuts.
Right, we have chicken curry bubbling away.
Welcome to a new vlog. Nick's just looking at his t-shirt because he thinks he just splashed bleach all over it.
It's supposed to be thick bleach. My pee's thicker than that.
So have you?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to... I don't think so.
Ruined your t-shirt if you have.
It'd be washed immediately if it did.
Too late if you've got bleach on it.
Yeah, but if I could see it... Can you see it anywhere?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
What about that? Oh no, that's just a
Welcome to a new vlog.
speck.
So Nick's just cleaned the kitchen and throwing bleach all over himself. It's a nice sunny day. We're going to go out because we have some things to book. We told you in the last vlog that we'd tell you our trip reveal, and we will do in this vlog a little bit later on. So we're
vlogs you're going to tease it with?
We're going to just go out, grab a coffee, and we've got some things to book. We've got some tickets, and we need to do some reservations.
Not park reservations.
Not park reservations. Well, you never know. So we're going to go and do that, and then talk to a few people that we're doing a few things with, and we'll let you guys know about it later. Tomorrow we're going home. We've got dinner with the girls, and then staying at the apartment, and then we're off on our Airbnb and hotel week with my mum and dad.
Week?
Well, almost a week, isn't it?
4 days.
4 days, and then back to the lodge, and then we're going to go and meet some friends on Sunday, which is next week. So that's what's happening at the moment. Fisherman just walking past with his fisher kit, whatever you call them. Fisherman kit, fishing kit, his rod and what have you.
Explain his rod.
So he will probably sit there. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. He'll sit there now till about 6 o'clock tonight.
It'll get dark before he goes.
Yeah. Nice and relaxing. Just a bit of solitude, bit of peace, bit of quiet from his wife, maybe, or his husband.
Big word for you. Solitude.
So we're going to go out, have a coffee. Stay tuned to this vlog. We'll tell you where we've booked, where we're going a little bit later. So I put something red on today to match the big spot on my face.
Let me squeeze it.
No, it's not. It's not that
It
kind of
look
spot.
like a spot now. It looks like you've had fillers.
Well,
It looks like you've cut, like I've cut mine with my shaver. It's gone now though.
Yeah. So should we give a couple of tips, hints away?
That's it. That's it. That's it.
So yes, we're going to go and book a few things that we've got to reserve and get some things in plan. We've got a spreadsheet. We like a travel spreadsheet. We always use, whenever we've got a new trip planned, we get on Google Sheets.
Google.com/travel now has got some really good useful tools on it actually.
Google Sheets is free to use as long as you've got a Gmail account, as far as I'm aware. And we just get an Excel sheet up, put all the dates that we're going in one column, and then we have AM,
PM and evening.
PM and evening, and then we just put on what we're going to do.
Activity.
Yeah.
We also put the hotels we're staying at, the travel time in another column from place to place.
Yeah.
Whether it's an explore day or a travel day.
Yep. How long the travel day is going to take, things like that. We don't always stick to them 100%, but we just like to have.
We did for the road trip.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
We did.
Apart
from the Roswell when we actually abandoned it.
Yeah, we had to for the road trip. But even when we're going to Florida, like we've been a lot of times, we still have a new trip sheet and things in, a list of things we do. Then sometimes we'll wake up in the morning if we've got a completely clear day and then just move some things in. Right, we'll do that today, we'll do that this afternoon, do that tonight.
Yeah.
We like
Fortunately, the list is actually longer than it was when we started it.
Always lots to do when you go to Florida. If we're going to Florida this time.
Back in the lodge. We did a bit of we did a bit of trip planning, but we got chatting to somebody, so we didn't do much trip planning. So we finished off what we could. We came back and just about to make dinner. And you said you wanted tuna on a jacket, yeah?
We've got it, yeah.
Don't think we do, but we have beans. Or I can do an air fried cheese toasted.
Separate deprive me.
Air fried cheese toast, it is then. We don't have any onions on it though, it's just literally going to be cheese.
That's a big bit of cheese.
God, oh my God. Oh, shite.
Get it on a plate.
I only did it just to soften it so I could cut it. Right, I'm going to...
Don't do it again.
I've got another block to do.
That's what I mean. Put it on a plate.
Don't let that melt like that one. Just do it for 20 seconds.
Can you not just put it on a plate?
No, because I've already bucketed it now. This is a garlic. This is the cheese that my mum bought me for Christmas that we've had frozen. Very mushy. So we'll have one garlic one with tomato, and then one extra mature cheddar with tomato. And there's a lot of cheese here. Well, I was going to show everybody that, but the camera's steamed up. So they're cooking away nicely in there. I'll let them continue. The plate. And in here, not that we... Ooh. There we go, it's off again. So in the bedroom, when we went home the other day, we knew we were going to get back to travelling at some point, but we didn't know when we were going to be back at the apartment. So when we came across, we brought across the suitcases. Brand new suitcase, because if you remember, when we went travelling last, mine got stuck on the first day. The wheel got stuck in a pit in LA and it ripped the wheel off. So I had to buy a new one. I bought that last October. And looks like Leigh's been planning on something for a while because his case is full already. And then we've got all other bits and bats out of his travel drawer, accessories and things for the window. We just need to put something in it and go somewhere now. Leftovers.
Drips.
Should get a proper scoop really, shouldn't I? Because I know this is going to end up going on its side. So we're going to have half each. The dark coloured cheese one, the greeny coloured cheese one is the garlic one.
I want some of that stuff that you put on last night.
What?
Worcester sauce or something? Leigh and Perrins?
You'll not need it with the garlic.
Are you sure?
Trust me.
I want a little.
Trust me.
I just want a little bit on.
Right, I'm going to cut them in half because I want to try half of each.
Yum. Right, we're just about to head out.
I feel a bit sick.
Are you?
From that cheese sandwich, there were a bit too much cheese on it.
Thank you for interrupting me. We're just about to head out because the sun's out. We're actually going to go out and do some more trip planning because we have something booked. So we are going on another trip, and we're going to do my #1 bucket list item for years and years and years.
We had it booked in before COVID, didn't we?
Yes.
We were supposed to be going the first May of COVID in 2020, and it got cancelled because all flights were grounded.
Yeah, we were going to go with Chris and Jen at that time.
Yep.
They've been since then, actually. A couple of times I think Chris has been. So we are going to New York.
Yep.
Finally. Now we're going to New York. Now this came about, actually, because of Theme Park Bazza and Mrs. Baxter.
Mrs. Baxter? Has he got a new wife?
Mrs. Bazza, Maxine. They were going, and they texted and said, look, we know you've had a pretty shit few months, why don't you come and join us in New York? We were thinking about an East Coast road trip anyway, so we thought, oh, well, that sounds pretty good, actually.
However, when we looked, we couldn't get mile seats on Virgin, so we kind of parked it to one side, and then I subscribed to Seat Spy to get notification. There's a 14-day subscription that you can get. Anyway, within 24 hours, it notified us that there were seats available. So we immediately booked it, didn't we? So this is all what's been happening in the last couple of days.
So we're going to New York for 5 days.
Yeah.
5 nights, is it?
5 nights, 4 days.
We've got a right list of things to do already.
We got a right bargain.
Yeah.
So let me just tell you this. So I looked around on the agency things and couldn't find anything cheap, and the prices at the minute are absolutely insane. So the hotel that we're staying in on bookings.com, or even hotels.com actually, was £1,800 for 5 nights, and that was just insane. I mean, you can go to Florida for 2 weeks for that. Anyway, we basically got a deal through Virgin Holidays, and we got over £1,000 off that. So it cost us just short of around 800 quid, didn't it, for 5 nights?
Yeah.
Which is cheap as chips for New York.
So the Bazzers are going for, is it just 2 nights the Bazzers are going for?
They'll be there for 2 days.
Yeah.
But the way we're going to do the trip is we're going to go 2 days before them, spend 2 days on our own, 2 days with them, and then they've got another day because we then leave New York on a train and head down towards Washington, DC. We've then got a day and a half in Washington, DC, and we were looking at the most optimal way, and we haven't got any of this booked, by the way. This is all like high level. So we're going to head down the Blue Ridge Parkway. Thanks to Simon Young, who put me onto that. Never heard of it before, but it's basically where the Appalachian Trail is, and there's a road that literally goes 400 and odd miles. We're going to go from Washington DC down to the beginning of the Blue Ridge Parkway, and then going to get off it about the 217 milepost marker at a place called Fancy Gap. We're then going to head across North Carolina, meet our friends Sunday and Bubba, who live in that area. They're going to show us some vineyards and some wineries and things like that. Then, and this is all subject to change, by the way, none of this is nothing's booked. We're going to do this trip on the fly.
Like the last one.
Yeah, so we'll end up booking everything. So then we're going to go from there to Myrtle Beach, down to Charleston, down to Savannah, and then down to Orlando. And then we've got a couple of weeks in Orlando after it.
And we're hopefully going to be doing the things that we had planned last year, which we didn't get around to doing. So we're going to go meet up with our friend Stacey, do some things on the west coast of Florida.
Yeah. Not Anna Marie Island, because the prices are just
ridiculous at the moment.
It's 4 times more than what it was that we had booked for was it January, but it was October.
So we're going to do what we can over there, maybe somewhere else. So we're finally going to do the East Coast road trip.
So I've never been keen on doing New York, because I always imagine it's going to be like London, and the only reason that I've kind of like really want to do it is because when we left my mum in September, we went to LA with her. If you saw our vlog, we went to LA with her. She then went to my brother's. We spent a couple of days with her. She was staying with him all along, but we spent some time with her. We went to Warner Brothers Studios, we went out for meals, things like that, and then we set off on the Pacific Coast Highway and left my mum with my brother in LA. She was there for a few more days, and then they flew together to New York and spent 2 days in New York. And my brother has given me a list of all the places where my mum went, and I want to basically go and do all the same things knowing that my mum has been there. So he's given me a list of all the restaurants, the sites that she saw, and I've got photos, so I want to kind of go and find the seats. It sounds stupid, but I want to go and find the seats and say my mum sat there back in October last year. So for me, that's more of the personal reasons I want to do it. I do want to see New York, but I'm not looking forward to the hustle and bustle of it. No. But we'll just take it play by ear.
It's nice that we're going with the Bazzers. They've done it many times, so they'll be able to show us around some things.
Yeah.
Although we have a ram-packed, jammed schedule already.
I want to do a helicopter tour. I want to do
all the touristy things, obviously. Top of the Rock, Empire State Building,
High Line, Rockefeller Center,
Central Park,
Plaza Hotel.
Yeah, all the usual kind of things.
We have 4 days to fit it in.
Yeah, which is not going to be long enough. But
I want to do a few Sex and the City filming locations as well. We've only got 3 that I'm thinking of that we want to do. We want to do the Carrie Bradshaw's apartment, which is on Perry Street. I want to do Magnolia Bakery, which is on Beaver Street, and I want to do the Asian Chinese food restaurant that they had in the film the night after the night before the wedding. I think it's called Budokan or something like that. So I want to go and explore those 3 sites. So on top of all the things, my mum went. My brother obviously likes Sex and the City as well, because he took my mum to those places, and we always said when we went we would do them anyway. So it's just kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
So we're going to end up in Florida at some point. Lots of new things along the way down to Florida, and then we obviously renewed our annual passes, so we want to make use of those too. And
did we mention when we were on the October trip that we got our annual passes renewed for Universal as well?
Yeah, probably we did.
Yeah, and we only used them on Halloween Horror Nights to get into the park, and that was the night that I got the phone call to say that my mum had gone into hospital.
Yeah.
And then it was 2 days later we found out why.
Yeah, so we've got Universal annual passes, Disney annual passes, so we've got to want to make full use of those.
Yeah.
And
everything's subject to change. The only thing we've got booked at the minute is the flights. We've got some other bits in the baskets ready to click submit. There are a lot of offers on, as we said earlier on, either in this vlog or the last one, on Shops Away. Viator are offering 12 points per pound at the minute for if you book trips through them. So if we do the helicopter tour and 4 of us do it, we'll end up with enough points equivalent to a return flight to Florida if you actually flew and earned the miles that way, about 9,000 miles. So that's the plan.
Yes.
So at the minute we're kind of like saying, what are you doing on this date, Bazza? What are you doing on that date, Bazza? They're going to see a show, we're not bothered about that. So we're kind of like seeing where our plans would cross. We've got to sort car. We've got to sort travel insurance because we actually let our travel insurance lapse when we flew back. It was due for renewal the week after we flew back in October. We didn't know whether we'd be going to fly in the next year or 2 years, so we just let it lapse. And wishing we hadn't now because the price has doubled. What else we going to book? Car that we're going to pick up in Washington.
Yep. And all I'm thinking about is I need to start packing.
You don't need to start packing. We're not going tomorrow.
We're not going
until next month.
But also we've got this Airbnb stay like for almost a week with my parents, which we're looking forward to as well.
4 nights.
We're going there. No, we're going home tomorrow. So I've got to start thinking about what I'm going to take on there. Lots to do, lots to plan.
It'll be the first time that I get to use my brand new suitcase as well. It's a TSA lock suitcase, so I can put the PIN number on it, but if the TSA need to get into it, they've got like an override key. So I can still have my case PIN protected. Did yours do that? No, it doesn't. Not even got a lock, has it? No. So hopefully I won't break it this time, going through car parks and things like that. So there we are. So that's what we're planning on doing.
So, speaking of planning, we're going to do some more.
So we're off to the pub to do it?
Yeah, because why not?
Right, let's get some planning done.
There's a lot of lime in that.
Right, we're just looking at Charleston. The Blue Ridge, we've decided we're just gonna drive it and see what's there, aren't we? Well, we've got a YouTube video of a couple that went that we want to watch when we get back and write all the notes down. But when we get to Myrtle, we're just gonna wing it. Pilot Mountain is where our friends live, and then we're gonna do Charleston. But we're looking at doing a Viator's tour, like a horse-drawn carriage. I don't know whether you can see that or not. Horse-drawn carriage of Charleston, and then we're thinking probably doing the same for Savannah.
Hang that up for me, please.
Oh no!
Pick it up.
No, get lost! What you doing?
I was just going to hang it up, but Nick was stood in front of the cupboard, so I just hung it on his head. We're back. We're going to have some food, and we're going to continue our planning. We found a couple on YouTube. I think it's called American Parks, who've done some of the Blue Ridge Highway.
They've done it exactly how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do because it's a 469-mile road through like woodland and things like that, but we're only going to do the first half of it. So we're going to do up to a place called Fancy Gap from Afton. So it's the first 217 miles. So we're only interested in stops between 0 and 217.
And some more good news, we've decided that we're going to go in Parker on our Airbnb week. So that means I can take
not an Airbnb week.
Clothes. Well, Airbnb and hotels.com.
And hotels.com.
Whatever. Means I'm going to take my full big case.
What?
Yeah, we'll both put us things in there.
Your full case?
We'll both put us things
take your hand
in
luggage.
the case rather than taking 2 hand luggages.
We're only good for 4 days.
We can take the
Ridiculous.
full case. It can fit all the stuff.
Ridiculous.
All the toiletries, my laptop, everything can go in there.
Right, we've had his dinner. It was very nice. That's the last of the curry that we've made now, isn't it? We need to make some more, actually.
So we're watching America's Park, the best stops on the Blue Ridge Parkway, day 1.
So we've kind of skimmed through this video in the past when we've kind of looked at this, and we're going to go through it now and make a note of all the different places that we want to stop.
Yes, and there looks to be lots of chapters and lots of things in it, so we'll get some good tips.
Right,
hopefully. Get
your book ready. Let's go.
Right, day 1 sorted. So we've got 2 days at the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Yeah, the second. Oh, you're vlogging.
What the hell did you think? What
I just thought you were telling me what we're doing. Here's your Snicker. So we've got day 1 sorted,
and we've stopped for a
Snicker break.
And tea break. This channel, America's Parks, we're really glad we found this one because it's doing exactly what we wanted to do. So we'll just do everything they did. And then we're going to watch their day 2. And then after day 2 on the Blue Ridge Parkway, we then veer off, head off to our friends, and then down to Charleston, Savannah, Myrtle Beach, and then Florida.
We think we're going to do some Viator tours in Charleston, don't we?
Possibly.
Like horse-drawn carriages and things.
What to do with lots of different things.
Mainly because Viator have an offer on Shops Away at the minute. 12 points to the pound. So
don't forget my tea. Nick's just booking the Edge in New York, which is like the edge of a building, which you go out onto and get a really fantastic view of New York. and the Bazzers are going to do it with us. And Nick just said, are either Bazzer and Maxine in the 60s because they can get it cheaper if they are? I think you should apologise on camera to the Bazzers.
I don't know how old they are. You don't ask a woman how old they are.
Well, they're certainly not in the 60s, that's for sure.
I'm going up to my 50s.
Not that there's anything wrong with being in the 60s, but I'm just saying Bazzer and Maxine aren't in the 60s.
Yeah, they can thank me for saving $2. Have you seen this video here?
Yeah. Let's have a look.
Look at this.
This is the edge.
I feel sick looking at it.
Yeah, but you're not going to be flying out there like that drone.
Oh, there's one world tower there.
We're going to be in this, behind this glass wall.
Is that the glass bottom floor where you can look down below?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh, I feel sick. I might have to have a drink to get up there.
I'm off to sort my clothes out.
Right, I need to know from Bazzer and Maxine whether they are legitimately younger
than
62. Well, if not, I'll get them.
For goodness sakes.
Right, in an effort to stop Leigh moaning about the amount of clothes that I've got, I've actually done a big tidy out. So, tomorrow, when we go back to the apartment, I'm actually going to take all those clothes back with me, so I've got a stash over there. It then means that I've got some space in my wardrobe, and then space in the other wardrobe in the other room as well. Leigh's just ironing his clothes, ready for packing his bag for our 4 days away next week. Suitcases are packed, as you can see. Just a pair of shoes in there. Thus far. Are you taking your full suitcase tomorrow then?
We'll just, rather than taking 2 hand luggages, we'll just fill one.
Oh, no, but I'd rather not.
Why?
Hand luggage is much easier.
No, but then you don't have to piss about then.
Well, I don't have to piss about anyway.
It'll be fine.
You pack your own?
No, I'm
yes.
getting one large.
Well, I'm taking my hand luggage. I'm not filling car up.
Tough. Mine will just go.
Bye.
Half done.
Bye.
We just can't help ourselves this weekend.
When we were in January and we were at the apartment, we never snacked. We can't bloody stop eating here. We're like gannets. Well, Leigh is. Now just follow.
Don't have any if you don't want.
I'm not going to watch.
Don't have any.
I'm not going to watch you while you scoff.
Make sure I get some nice big ones too.
I'm just eating like me.
Yeah. Right. Right, I'll need to wash
Right,
these.
there's some more yoghurt mint that I've created as well.
It's the only problem with air fryers. Even the other ones having to wash the trays. Like,
life's hard, isn't it?
Life's hard, yes. Stick them in there, stick them in there.
Slathered. If that's such a word.
Are you going to go chill now while I watch some more Your Honour?
No, frig off, I'm not.
Well, you can watch it with me. Yeah?
No.
What do you want to watch?
I don't know. Just whatever we fancy.
Well, I fancy Your Honour.
No. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the next day. We are packing up to go back to the apartment. Those are all the clothes that I'm taking over there and leaving. That's my case for 4 days. Let's have a look how big Leigh's case is for 4 days.
I'm coming!
Let's have a look at your case. So that's 4 days. Yeah? And we're going to New York. And you're going to take that for 4 days. You're going to need an extra seat on the plane.
You've got half of this. Stop
I
lying.
haven't. I've got a pair of shoes. Don't tell lies. Pair of shoes and a phone charger.
So I've got enough space. I probably won't buy half of that. It's just in the UK you don't know what the weather's gonna be like, do you? So
you're taking everything?
So there's a couple of t-shirts, a couple of jumpers, a couple of coats.
Whatever. Get ready.
Ready?
Right, we're in the car. We have just had a major crisis on our hands. We just recorded a copy of this scene and the camera on the memory card on the camera failed, and it's actually a brand new memory card as well. So we've just had to format the card, get the laptops booted up. Anyway, we sorted it, we think so. If you don't see this scene, it's done it again. So anyway, we're on his way home. I've got my suitcase, Leigh's got his major suitcase for 4 days. I've got a load of clothes that I'm transporting to the apartment, and the plan was en route that I was going to start booking some of the stuff for New York, because all we've got booked at the minute is just the flight.
And the hotel.
Oh, and the hotel as well, yeah. So we did that through Virgin, as we said on last night's vlog. Is this part 1 or part 2?
This is part 2.
Of the same day?
This is the second day.
I don't know. So anyway, we've got to look at things like car. We've got to look at some of the sites we're going to see, what we're going to do, where we're going to go next, all that kind of stuff. So that is the plan. We're going to do that kind of on an evenings when we're in the Airbnb and the other hotel.
Got a few ideas, haven't we? Because Nick's mum went, and we want to go to a few places where Nick's mum went.
My brother's given me the list of everything that my mum went to, and I want to kind of go and visit it just so I can. I don't know why I keep wanting to do this, but I want to keep going to the places where my mum's been. It's like going, makes me feel like I'll be a little bit closer to her.
Yeah.
And my brother, he took her to something called the Mandarin Oriental Lounge, which overlooks Central Park, and I know the exact seat from photos that she sat at, so I'm hoping we can get kind of the same table.
It just kind of feels like
I'm closer to her.
Yeah, and if she is out there somewhere, doing something like that, it's special enough for her to come and be with us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, have an afternoon tea with us.
Yeah, but her spirit will be there with us. Just
talking of spirits. When she died, she went to the chapel arrest, and I decided that I wanted to go and see her. Never done that before, and I'd always said to Leigh, never want to go and see anybody when they've died, because it would feel like I'd be able to see that it wasn't them. And the entire experience, even though it wasn't traumatic, was very strange. It was completely emotionless. It looked like my mum, but it looked like a doll. I can't describe it, but yet when she was in the hospice and she died, even though she wasn't there anymore, it still felt like she was. Like I was holding her hands and she was still warm, even though she'd stopped breathing, and it still felt like my mum was there. When we saw her in the chapel arrest, it was like, it was just, it was fake. It just felt unreal. It didn't look, it looked like it, but it didn't, if that makes sense. I just can't describe it.
To me, it just felt like your mum wasn't in that room.
No, she wasn't.
Gone long ago.
I mean, we were in there for 2 minutes and I went, that's it, I'm done. And we walked out. And even though it looked like her, it didn't feel like her. It's hard to describe.
Well, I'm sure lots of people have been to chapel arrest before. That's the first time either of us have ever done that.
I'll never do that again, though. I don't want to do that again. Because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And then my brother actually went and saw her as well, despite him saying that he wasn't going to. And he said it was what he expected. Because I think he's seen somebody before when they've been in the chapel arrest, and he said it didn't look like them. But I was expecting it to just look like my mum, but restful. And it did, but she looked like she was going to sing on a show in Vegas, didn't she? The makeup was just too much. It just wasn't my mum. So
makes you realise all this kind of stuff, like how much death is unfortunately part of life, and a lot of people don't like talking about it, but we've come to see that, you know, it's a part of life, so there's no point avoiding these things. There's no point not talking about things like that, because it
certainly is making me spur on to do more things now, and sod doing the 9-to-5 thing, where we're fortunate enough that we don't have to work during a set number of hours. We can work anywhere we want in the world.
Fortunate enough now, because we worked our ass off to get here. So hopefully these next few days will be a nice distraction, nice bit of new scenery and
relaxing. Right, let's get to the apartment.
Back at the beautiful apartment, and we've had us haircuts. Nick's just making some tiger bread. Well, not making some tiger bread, but putting some butter on some tiger bread for a little snack. And then I'm going to go and see the girls. I'm going to have tea at my sister's while Nick stays here and catches up on some work and stuff like that. I'll take the camera so we can see what the girls are up to. Is this tiger bread ready?
Yeah, half a slice.
Half a slice, because I'm off for a curry.
Really light in calories, that actually. 94 calories for a slice of tiger bread.
And what you having, VD?
Beans on toast.
Well,
how exciting.
Right, I'm at my sister's. Well, you've come to join me, have you?
Hello.
Monkey has been doing TikTok dances upstairs while I've been watching some TV, and Masha is out at swimming with my sister, so I'm babysitting. And yes, we've been watching TikTok on the TV.
Yeah.
And then she buggered off to do some TikTok dancing. So I've been watching, catching up with a bit of TV. And then when Janine's back, we're going to have a curry. What are you having?
I've had my tea.
Have you?
Yeah.
Janine's she's got a curry in the air fryer, not curry, a whole chicken in the air fryer, which she shreds and then makes curry. And I think we're having Thai curry today. Looking forward to it because I'm starving. Right, we have chicken curry bubbling away.
Thai curry.
Thai curry, a little bit of rice. I'm going to enjoy this and spend some more time with the girls. Right, I'm back from the lodge. That was a nice curry that my sister made. Sorry, back from my sister's at the apartment. Get confused. What are you eating? Scoffers and Watsits. Nick's just made a nice cup of tea. We're going to have a maybe 10-minute little chat since we've been away from each other for a half day. Got these from the shop. They do look like a farm shop, don't they? But
They do. I've seen them in there before, and I think we should try one. Even though I've had way over my calories today.
they don't have it.
No, but I can't help myself. It's one of those moods where I just can't stop eating. I've had crisps times 2.
No.
I've had beans on toast, 2 slices of toast, 3 slices of toast, 4 actually. No, 3.5.
We'll go on, I'll have half. I'll have half. As
And
long
then-
as we've got some butter, I'll have half.
We have got butter.
Go on then. And I'm going to do some comments of the day while Nick is making that toasted curry tea cake. So, thank you for commenting on all our videos. We've had some lovely comments over the last few videos, obviously about Nick's mum. And it's
And we have a lot of direct messages as well.
Yes, we have, so thank you for all those. And it's amazing how many people, how many lodgers, viewers of ours, are going through the same thing, not the exact same thing, but going through like grieving,
It's
bereavement.
And a lot of them have gone through the pancreatic cancer thing
Yeah.
as well. I just thought it was like a rare form of cancer, but it's really, really common apparently.
So many people messaging and saying, I lost my mum last month, I lost my dad last month. Some people have been saying, I lost my mum and then my dad, and or my mum and my brother and stuff like that. And, you know, if you're one of those people, our hearts go out to you, and, you know, we know what you've been going through. And, you know, drop us a comment below, come onto our Facebook group. You know, this community that we've got around the Lodge Guys channel is such a nice community, with the rare few who aren't lovely, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll ban them.
But most people are just so lovely and kind, and, you know, get involved if you can on the Facebook group. If you're not feeling right good, post a message on the Facebook group and just say, what's everybody doing tonight? I'm not feeling great. I just wanted somebody to chat to, and people will chat. We're all, you know, everybody's lovely, and it's just nice to see. So, thank you for those comments and things that you've sent. I'll go through some now. Donna Brimble says, it was a very long comment, just needed to say, so sorry for your loss. You two are amazing people who bring so much joy to many other people, most of whom you have never met. Your vlogs are real and true, and you make people feel like you are real friends to your viewers.
That's a common thing now. People said, almost everybody that we ever meet say to us, you got us through lockdown.
Yeah. And
yet we got ourselves through lockdown
by
from
vlogging,
doing the videos.
yeah, so
Otherwise
we got through lockdown by vlogging. People watched us because they had nothing to do in lockdown, and, you know, it's the same for us. I watch some vlogs, and it's like it's just a regular, normal, reliable thing that's there, no matter what's relatable. No, I'm reliable. You know that there's going to be a vlog from a certain YouTuber that you like, no matter what's going on in the world. It's just like some people watch soap operas. EastEnders is always going to be there.
The thing is, there's always going to be things that we do that people don't like, and there's going to be things that we do that people do like. We're not here to please people. We're here just...
No, but the fact that we do bring
No,
a sense of comfort.
yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying we can't please everybody, and there'll be somebody that doesn't like... I mean, I know it drives Becky nuts that I don't put the butter to the end of the toast.
Well, some people don't like
that's
it
how I
when we
butter toast.
go to Florida, and some people don't. You know, some people tune out when we go to Florida and tune back in when we get to the lodge. Some people just don't like the lodge life as much. Some people just tune in when we go to Florida. So, yeah, we can't always please everybody. So we just please.
We're not going to try and please everybody.
No, we just try to be ourselves.
It's what we do, and people will jump in and jump out depending on what they like.
And some people will stick with us, whatever we do. So thanks to those guys as well. Thank you to everybody that watches. Another one.
It's making me mouth water.
Cliff Dick says.
Cliff Dick?
Dix.
Oh, right.
Love to you, Nick and Leigh, and all those who hurt from the loss of Gail. I, like many, have been through the loss of a parent, and it is a monumental shift.
Tonight, while Leigh's been at his sister's, I've gone through... What I did is I transferred all my mum's photos from her Google Drive and did like an archive thing. You can download your data. dropped it on my PC, uploaded it into mine, scanned all the pictures for face recognition of my mum, and then put them into a mum album, and then shared them with all the family. And then the ones that it didn't work with, well, they're all her videos, and she had about 400 videos. So I've sat and watched clips tonight, of my mum. 9-10 years of videos that she'd recorded on her phone. A lot of them were just junk, but there were about 7 out of all of them that had my mum in it, including doing an ice bucket challenge.
I've seen that.
Sat in her garden. I never even knew she did that.
I don't know. I don't know if I've seen that before.
I haven't.
But yeah.
And then times when we got the Westwood and we were doing a tour of the Westwood and she were there.
We've got a like a family
Album
that Nick keeps adding to, and we all get notified. So I were at my sister's and I got notified, and me and my sister were watching the ice bucket challenge with your mum.
There were about 6 videos I found. A lot of them when she were out with her friends, and her friends are on this group as well, so they can all. There's 1,172 pictures and photos that I can just dip in from any time and say, oh, what my mum doing on 2 years from now?
Sarah Hare says, I have watched your videos for a long time and just want to say how sorry I am and to take breaks as and when you need them. Thank you, Sarah. And one more. Let me just flip back. Lynn Pownell says, you two are amazing together. I'm so glad you have each other because that's what matters most. Stay strong, guys. You're so much better than you know.
Thank you.
Thank you for all those comments. Nick's going to go and chill, even though I've just got back in.
Nick's not. Nick's going to lick the butter off this bread.
He's watching something.
It's literally, it's Enterprise upstairs.
I'm going to watch a couple of vlogs, and then I have got a blog that I'm working on. I'm going to do some more of that.
Can I eat it now?
Then, yeah, you can. Tomorrow, we are heading off with my parents to the Airbnb in Skelmersdale.
No.
Somewhere near Southport, I think, Liverpool. It's got a hot tub. It's got a log burner.
Got a wood-fired hot tub.
Yeah.
It takes 2 to 4 hours to warm it up.
Oh, really?
I had to Google it.
So that'll be on the next vlog. So thanks for watching today, guys. Hit the like button, click the notification bell, drop us a comment below, and see you on the next vlog.
Did you pack your trunks?
Yes. Did you?
Yes.
Good. See you on the next vlog.
Bye.